Thank you for watching our videos. This video by WatchGuard Tax Services is about equitable relief. This is part of a 3-part series with innocent spouse and separation of liability. Please subscribe to our channel for more helpful videos like this. What is equitable relief? Well, if you are not able to apply for relief by innocent spouse or separation of liability, you may be eligible for relief by requesting equitable relief. With equitable relief, you can get relief from an understatement of tax or an underpayment of tax. Both options are not available with innocent spouse relief and separation of liability. There are conditions to qualify for equitable relief. The taxpayer is not eligible for innocent spouse relief, separation of liability, or liability arising from community property law. Next, the taxpayer and spouse or former spouse did not transfer property as part of any fraudulent schemes. A taxpayer and spouse or former spouse did not transfer property with the sole purpose to avoid tax or the payment of any tax. The taxpayer did not file or fail to file their tax return in a fraudulent manner. The taxpayer did not pay the tax. The taxpayer established that considering all facts and circumstances, it would be unreasonable to make them liable for the understatement or underpayment of tax. And lastly, the tax liability which the taxpayer seeks relief must be related to an item from the spouse or former spouse with whom they filed a joint return. There are exceptions that may apply. To see a complete list, please visit the IRS website. There are factors for determining whether to grant equitable relief. One of those is whether the taxpayer is separated or divorced from their spouse. Another, whether the taxpayer would suffer significant economic hardship if equitable relief is not approved. Thirdly, whether the taxpayer's former spouse has a legal obligation under divorce decree or any other agreements were in place to pay the tax liability. Number 4, whether the taxpayer received benefits from the taxes not being paid beyond the normal support or from the item causing the understatement of tax. Number 5, whether the taxpayer has made a good faith effort to comply with the IRS income tax laws for the tax year for which they are requesting relief or the subsequent years. And lastly, whether the taxpayer knew or had reason to know about what was causing the understatement of tax or that they were aware the tax would not be paid. Some other factors the IRS uses when considering equitable relief are 1. Whether the taxpayer's spouse or former spouse abused them, and whether the taxpayer was in poor physical health or having mental health issues on the date they signed the return or at the time the relief was requested. All the information provided in this video was taken from the IRS website, irs.gov. With all of these qualifications and stipulations, it's often necessary to hire a qualified tax representative to help you navigate equitable relief. WatchGuard has enrolled agents on staff who could assist you with your equitable relief request. There are 2 other options that sometimes are a better fit. We will review those 2 options in other videos. They are called innocent spouse relief and separation of liability. Thank you for watching this video on equitable relief. For more videos on tax resolution and more, please subscribe to us on this platform and like and follow us on our other social media. WatchGuard Tax Services. Welcome to the solution.